Find the equation of the tangent line at 0, 2 to the circle with equation x plus 2 all raised to the 2, y plus 1 all raised to the 2 equals to 13. Now, the first thing that you want to do in this situation is to write the standard equation for every circle so that you simplify the whole situation, which we know as x minus a all to the 2 plus y minus b all to the 2 equals to r squared. So then you can relate the two equations and find the relationship thereof so that you are able to simplify the whole situation. In fact, this is the one way you can make the whole problem easier. So you can be able to see which one is A, which one is B, which one is R. Okay, and then the next thing that you want to do is to draw or maybe represent the whole situation in a form of a diagram so that you see what's really happening. And then I've already done that for you. As you can see, I've drew a circle on a Cartesian plane with a point 0y and the center coordinates AB. And you already know that on your standard equation, the number A and B represent the center coordinates of every circle. So this means from the equation given on the statement, we can find what is A, what is B, and then we make that the center coordinates of the circle spoken about in the statement. And then they also mentioned a point that is at 0, 2. So this means the coordinates here is 0, 2. The value of y is 2. And then when you go back to the statement, you can also deduce that there are two things given to you, the points. There are 2 points given to you. Point 1 is 0, 2. It's given to you up there. And the second point is minus 2, minus 1. I know it's a little bit hidden, but you should be at this time used to how to find or to be able to use the equation given to find the center coordinates of any circle. Now, going back to the statement, like I've mentioned before, that the value A and B, they represent the center coordinates of every circle. This means we are gonna take the values from the two brackets and determine the center coordinates with them. So how do you come about to be -2, -1? So you take x plus 2, you equate it to 0, and then you solve. You will find minus 2. You take y plus 1, you equate it to 0, you then solve for y, then you'll find minus 1. So that's how you come about to solve for the center coordinates of any circle. So then as soon as you do that, you'll realize that you now have minus 2, minus 1. You now have 2 points with coordinates known, this point and that point. So given the 2 points, then you can determine the gradient of this line, which is referred to the radius of this circle. You can determine the gradient of this line, which is what we're going to do next. And then we calculate the gradient of the radius equals to -1 minus 2 over -2 minus 0, which equals to 3 over 2. So having in mind that the gradient of the radius of the line radius is 3 over 2, then we are going to use the property of perpendicular lines. We know the product of perpendicular lines equals to -1. With that being said, we already know that, meaning if the gradient of the radius is 3 over 2, it means the gradient of the tangent line will be minus 2 over 3. So now going back to our diagram, knowing that the equation of this line needs 2 things, which number 1 is a point and a gradient, or 2 points. But in the situation right now, we already have the gradient of this line, of the tangent line, and we also have a point 0,2. Then we can use the information to calculate the equation of the tangent line. So now the standard equation of a straight line is y equals to m into x minus x1 plus y1. So this is the standard equation. Or you can take the y1 to the left hand side, becomes y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. And then you can realize, you can see from the diagram that the gradient of this equation should be negative, and we also calculated it to be negative, which is certainly true. And then we continue by saying, to calculate the equation of this line, we need a point and a gradient, and we already have. So it's y equals to, what is the gradient? It's negative 2/3 into x minus, the value x in this case, it's up there, it's 0, and then plus the value y, it's up there, it's 2. Then we put a 2 there, and then the equation of the tangent line becomes negative 2/3x plus 2. You can comment underneath my YouTube channel or underneath the video, and of course you can post questions that you'd like me to make videos on. Thank you.